Yo, what is up, everybody? It is I, RageCage20 here today. We have a little Jonathan Young, 2015 stuff. We have his cover of Ninja Six Party's Dinosaur Laser Fight. A very humorous song, quite an entertaining song that I have heard several times before, so I didn't have to listen to it again beforehand. I'm interested to see what take Jonathan does with this. It says power metal cover. That sounds exciting. I can only imagine that being at least entertaining, to say the least. Hopefully not disappointing. I can't imagine it being disappointing, but you never know. You never know. But I got a good feeling about this one. I really think that that Johnny's gonna come through here. He's gonna clutch this one. So let's not waste any more time than is necessary. Let's pop it on down here. Dinosaur Laser Fight. I'm not sure why the parental advisory thing is here. I mean, there is quite a few, a good amount of cuss words, but it's not like the other one where we had a parental advisory one on it, to where that was I don't fuck with you. That not only fuck was in the title, but it says the word fuck about a trillion times in the song. That makes sense. This one's, it's got a good handful. I'd say maybe breaches double digits, like 10 or something, but like not that many. But I don't know, whatever. Anyways, let's see what you got, John. Let's see what you got. Oh, that's why. That was loud as fuck. Okay, hold on. What did he just say? Got it.
Hey boys and girls, this ninja science lesson's gonna rock your world. Now close your eyes and travel back in time with me and Ninja Brian. It's gonna blow your mind to shit. It was an ordinary day at Dinosaur High. Stegosaurus raised his hand to come for high fives. Tyrannosaurus sold his hand and got pissed because his tiny wrist caused his high fives to miss. And he was like, fuck this! Oh yeah, oh yeah. It's an old school dinosaur laser fight. Oh yeah, hell yeah. Just a classic dinosaur laser fight. It was a futuristic prehistoric throwdown, but it was quiet because in space there is no sound. And did we mention Mr. Tracy's face? Just a shut your face, so there were robots and sharks. Oh yeah, oh yeah. It's a goddamn dinosaur laser fight in space with sharks. It's a balls out dinosaur laser fight. It's fucking science. Just ask Albert Einstein. He invented space. Then a bunch of fucking aliens from Mars showed up for ripping solos on Predators. Dino sharks and robots all came in peace, so they killed them with lasers. Holy shit! Come on! Oh yeah! Fuck yeah! It's a goddamn dinosaur laser fight in space with sharks. It's a motherfucking dinosaur laser
Oh, goddamn. There's some vocals in Jonathan Young. The babes want to know. Yeah, I am singing just FY. I like medium walks on the beach. Just medium walks on the beach.
What's up, youngsters? Jonathan Young here. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this cover, be sure to drop a comment, subscribe, share it with your friends, and come say hi on your favorite social media sites. There's links down in the description below. And go and check out the guys in Ninja Sex Party. Tell them I say hi.
Buttsex.info. That's weird. Oh, Brian.
Consider this my official audition tape to be your third member. But seriously, those guys are pretty fucking cool, so check them out. Also, you can download this version of Dinosaur Laser Fight on iTunes, Google Play, Amazon MP3 in high quality at louder.fm, or if Ninja Brian stole all of your money, you can also listen on Spotify. And don't worry, because Dan and Brian get royalties every time that you download my version of this song. So it's a win-win. You support me, you support those guys. Super cool stuff.
Yeah. So fuck all y'all people. They're just like, oh, you still views from other people. Yeah, fuck you. Anyways. You know, I think it would have been interesting. Because, like, you know, Brian's good at the keyboard. From what I've seen. It seems like Danny can play bass pretty well. But, you know, guitar and drums. Your boy here. Yeah, you could have picked him up. Though, Ninja Brian did do a song with him eventually. I think it took, what? How many years ago was this? 7. I think it took at least around anywhere between 5 to 7 years after this. Well, eventually they made a song together. I don't know if there was one before that. Very possibly could have been, and I just don't know about it. Very possible. But while that would have been cool for John Young to join the forces of Ninja Sex Party, it's really cool that it seems like John was heavily influenced by them, especially when it comes to his videos and having fun and stuff like that. I think in the overall it was good that John continued to do his own stuff and move on in a life away from joining Ninja Sex Party and just becoming part of that group, because I think he did a lot of awesome work in that process. So yeah, let me get to something that's, well, it's all white. The background's heavy white everywhere. And the beginning's blue. Oh, here we go. There we go. Something darker. Okay. The end of that song, pretty damn good. I liked the energy. I liked the additions. I loved the pictures. The pictures were great. I love okay, because 7 years ago, that makes a lot of sense. I like that he threw in when he's talking about joining an NSP, throws in a little wolf job there. Just classic Game Grumps thing there. I mean, obviously they didn't create it, but they kept putting it in a bunch of the videos, so it kind of became a Game Grumps thing. Love that. So yeah, very funny, very cool video. Now, I don't know if it's just me. I'm gonna throw it out there that it very well could just be me. Okay, I'll say that right here, right now. I'll fully admit that it could just be me. Okay. But like 2014 definitely brought up a handful of times where something was weird with John's mix. That he was putting in some stuff there that just kind of like muddled up the sound, or it made it sound too trebly, or whatnot. And then there's a massive portion of 2015 where his mixing was on fucking point, man. He became Mix Master John. He was like, everything was sounding clean and crisp and clear. The levels of where it should be, where was all in the right places, just like perfecting. These last few songs, something's been going on with his mixing game. Like, I don't know if he's trying to get creative with it, or was trying to, because past was trying to get creative with it, or it was like, oh, maybe I can magic up a unique sound or something, or if he was just like, yeah, no, this is the sound I want. But it's just like, throughout most of that, like, yes, Dan does kind of stay around during the verses. He does stay on the same note quite a bit and move around kind of the same few notes, like 4 or 5 note intervals. He doesn't really move around a whole lot. To kind of get to focus more on the story, get the story across, and then have fun, move around more during the chorus. Well, that is true. For some reason, to my ears, when I was listening to that, we'll check it again, see if maybe I was tripping. Um, but like the mix that John was doing with all those really high treble sounds that was just like overbearing on the vocals, that was almost around the same intervals and pitch and tone of the vocals, that made it just overbearingly just sound like nothing was happening note wise on the verses. It sounded like it was just the same note throughout the entirety of it, and it sounded like the vocals were a little like drowned out by all the other sound. Like I feel like it just can't be me. You know what I mean? It's like, I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of people that just like don't use, like, maybe subconsciously you hear it, but you think like, oh, this is fucking awesome anyways, I don't even care, and that's very possible. Or maybe it is just me. Maybe I'm just like extra picky or something. I don't know, but like something's going on with the vocals that sounded really drowned and washed out in just the same note. Even though again it does stay around the same notes and there's a lot of repeats on the same note, like because of the fact that the instruments were at the same note that he was, they were just blasting and trebly and overbearing. It just sounded like it didn't even move at all. So I don't know. We'll have to check that out again. Okay. Okay. We back. Alright. My nose was tickling something fierce. I had to fix that shit. Alright. Bring it down. We're starting here. Big capital shit. I like that. Again, the video was very humorous. I quite enjoyed the video. Good stuff. Let's see. I didn't write anything down. I got very distracted by the video and was just kind of listening to it. I was just like, it's a quickish song. We'll just go through it real fast. So let's see. Maybe I'm tripping here. Let's listen to it.
Hey boys and girls, this ninja science lesson's gonna rock your world. Now close your eyes and travel back in time with me and Ninja Brian. It's gonna blow your mind to shit. It was an ordinary day at Dinosaur High. Stegosaurus raised his hand to call for high fives.
Yeah, okay. So first off, Dan does kind of, as far as I know, as far as my assumption, Dan is a tenor, and he's singing this in kind of his lower tenor range in general, but you know it's definitely up in the tenor range. John's a baritone, and he's definitely bringing this down into his baritone range, so already it's like transposed way down. So that's already a thing that's kind of throwing the ears off a little bit. Not too bad. But the heavy that's like way louder than the vocals is also throwing me through a loop, and his harmony just like doesn't have a lot of clarity to it. It sounds a little not muffled, but like it's just like a blend of sounds. Like you can kind of tell that it's they're saying the words, but it's just kind of this like higher pitch, which is also like around the same pitch as the keyboard stuff that's going on. And then the guitars and everything are super overtuned compared to the vocals. So it just really sounds like, you know, you have generally the midsection here where sound is, let's say this, you know, mid, high, low, you know how it goes. So at first it sounds like, okay, yeah, the vocals are there. It's like kind of a really low, a low key compared to what the original was, but okay, we're grooving with it. We're feeling it. And then the guitars and everything are like up here. And so that kind of makes it feel like the vocals are like this quiet compared to everything else. It's just like, it's really drowned out, and the harmonizations are like being lost, and it just sounds like just a blur of sound. It's not really creating this dynamicism to the mix and to all the different notes and everything. It's just kind of becoming a blur in a sense. It's interesting.
back in time with me and Ninja Brian. It's gonna blow your mind to shit. It was an ordinary day at Dinosaur High. Stegosaurus raised his hand to call for high five.
Yeah. You know what's up here? Raise his hand and call for high fives. But because it's like the harmony is quiet in comparison to everything that's drowning it out, it just sounds like you can tell that it is a voice that's saying something, but it's completely muffled, quiet, distant, and totally overpowered by everything else that's going on here. I don't know. Maybe it's just me.
It's an ordinary day at Dinosaur High. Stegosaurus raised his hand to call for high fives.
And that line there, raise his hand and call for high fives. I remember something like dun 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 dun, or something like that. It moves. I don't think John moved.
Stegosaurus raised his hand to call for high fives.
You had to stay da 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 da. Instead da 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 da. You know, a little bit more movement, a little bit extra movement there. He just stays. Same note. Oh, different note stays. Yeah. Okay. It doesn't, you know. It just feels a little monotone right now.
Dinosaurus, so they said he got pissed because his tiny wrist caused his high fives to miss. And he was like, fuck this!
Yeah, that passage also moves. Like, one thing I will say is that I've never really been able to hear those lyrics in the original. I never really heard them clearly, so now I actually know what the lyrics are there because I never looked it up, so I appreciate that. But again, Danny moves that line a little bit. John just stayed on like the same one or two notes throughout the whole. It's just not dynamic. It's just very mono. He's just not moving. He's not moving the lines that is supposed to be moved. And so it's just all mono note throughout the whole thing, man. What the heck? Why?
This because his tiny wrist caused his high fives to miss. And he was like, fuck this! Oh yeah, it's an old school dinosaur laser fight.
Chorus is good. Chorus is good so far. No complaints with the chorus. I'm liking this. I'm liking this energy. I'm liking the sound from the chords or whatnot. I could use them to be like a down a notch or two in the mix because while it's not drowning out his main vocal anymore, the harmony is just like a hint of a whisper because it's getting lost in all the other sound. So I could use like a notch or two drop on the instrumentation, but no complaints with the chorus so far.
Oh yeah, yeah, just a classic dinosaur laser fight.
And obviously, you know, that part not being in the original, but I'm pretty okay with that because, you know, you gotta put the Jonathan Young flair on it. You know, John's gotta do his belt and screams in there. You know, he's gotta, you know, he's gotta belt those out. So like, you know, I'm pretty down with that.
It was a futuristic prehistoric throwdown, but it was quiet because in space there is no sound. And did we mention Mr. Place's face? There's some shut your face, so they were robots and sharks.
You know, it's like, again, you can hear a little bit of the movement in there. I don't think it moves as much as the original, and so I feel like we're losing a little bit of energy from the vocal line, from the melody line here. But like, I feel like that harmony, which is one of John's strong suits, like his harmony is like just fucking slap for reals. So like, I feel like his harmony is so muffled and just like barely there that it needs to be a little more clear and concise. I feel like you need to hear it a little bit more clearly to really have its power there, which would help a lot with the lack of movement in the vocal line. But it's just like I feel like the chords from both the keyboard and the guitar at the end, because you know it's very da 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 da. You know that little extra stuff is like at around the same tone as the harmony, which is pushing the harmony farther away. So it just feels like nothing's happening. oh, here's cool, oh, something happened, back to boring. Oh, here's something happened, it's just the only time anything really sounds like it's moving because the harmonies are being drowned out is when the chords do something. And so it's just like, other than that, it's just, I don't know if it's just the tone that John's singing in here. I don't know if it's just the range he's singing in. It just sounds like someone's just talking like this. It doesn't sound. It just sounds like someone's just talking and kind of putting a note to it. And then when something actually happens, it's like, oh, that's exciting, and then it goes back to da 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 da. It's just it's a little too droning and just mono for me, and it's a little weird. I feel like there just needs to be a little more articulation with the vocal line, and maybe in a little bit of a higher note, tone, key, something. But the chorus is good. I'm liking the chorus.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. It's a goddamn dinosaur laser fight in space.
Like the little fight. I kind of like that fall off there. I like it. I'm digging that.
With sharks, it's a balls-out dinosaur laser fight.
And adding a nice little guitar solo in there, that doesn't happen.
It's fucking science.
Now there's two harmonies on that one, and the higher voice actually does pop out a little bit more. So yeah, when we get to the end of the song, it's when it starts to come alive. It's so weird how that's been happening on a few of these Jonathan Young songs. I don't know what's going on with that. But also the buff ass Albert Einstein with the equation tattooed on him was fucking hilarious. I love that.
It's fucking science. Just ask Albert Einstein. He invented space. Then a bunch of fucking aliens from Mars showed up for ripping solos on Venus.
This is sounding better because when the melody line of the vocals is moving, it sounds more dynamic because the guitars stop, so they're not drowning it out. And you have actually some movement sound happening from the keyboard, the ding-a-ling stuff going on. You actually have some higher register sound going on, and you can actually hear the harmonies more clearly because the instruments are not drowning it out. So it feels like we have more dynamicism. Stuff's actually moving here. Just like we needed a little bit more of that during the verses, man.
Fucking aliens from Mars showed up for ripping solos on Venus. Dino sharks and robots slowly came in peace. So they killed them with lasers. Holy shit! Go! Oh yeah! Fuck yeah! It's a goddamn dinosaur laser fight.
I like that dig coming from the guitar there. That's really cool.
In space with sharks. It's a motherfucking dinosaur laser fight.
So, first off, I think they should have made a song together way before then, but I think because I'm pretty sure Dinosaur Laser Fight was on their first album. Pretty sure, right? It was on Not Safe for Work, right? Can't remember. I also can't remember. So, John was still young. He was in his kind of second, because it was kind of like a half. I think they did half of 2014. He started halfway through 2014, so I think there was only half a year for 2014, and this is, I think, well, no, near the end. So this is by maybe 3/4 through 2015. So he's only been doing this for a year and a half, and this was after maybe the first or second album of Ninja Sex Party. So they were both still very new and whatnot. So I mean, it wouldn't have been a bad idea to collab together to try to cross fans and stuff like that. There's a good chance that one of them wasn't feeling confident as maybe not a fully fledged band or singer yet to to make this happen. That would have been really awesome. But I love his vocalizations and everything. This freestyling he's doing with his vocals and just belting out the section while he has the "It's fucking science" repeating underneath that. That's a really nice touch there. All right, let's see how this continues to end off here.
It's a motherfucking dinosaur laser
So yeah, not only do you have the "It's fucking science," but you also have this nice and na 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 laser party happening out there, but also his just kind of going over the top of it. That's a really nice triple stack dynamic sounding section. Could have used way more of that throughout the song, but it's okay. And a great chord to end that all out on. Alright. I mean, it was good, right? It was good. But, like, I don't know, man. Again, I just can't tell if it's me, if I'm just hearing things, if my ears are just deciding to be picky just for the funs of it. I honestly couldn't tell you. Because, like, I'm going into this, like, wanting to be, like, blown the fuck away. It's like, yo, Dinosaur, Laser Fight, Ninja, Sex Fighting, and Jonathan Young crossover with power metal in there? That sounds like it's going to be the greatest time in the fucking universe. I'm coming in here wanting to be like, whoa! You know what I mean? And then I'm listening to it just like, what is going on with the fucking mix in this song? And I can't tell if it's me or not. I don't fucking know, man. I have no idea. It's just like, it's like the chorus, rocking. That ending section, 11 out of 10. Not even a 10 out of 10, 11 out of 10. What's happening in the verses, man? It's always the verses. Like, in these songs. You know, like that last one with Savannah and John. It was just like, the verses were just like, okay. And then the chorus is like, oh, they came alive. And at the end, it's like, oh my God, they're fucking shredding. But it's like, what's happening with his mixing in the verses? I don't know if he's getting experimental with it or he's just, it sounds good to him and just not to me. I don't know. Like, I couldn't tell you, man. I couldn't tell you, but something's just sounding wonky to me in these verses especially. So, I don't know. Let me know if it's just me and I'm tripping or something, or if you hear it too. Who knows? But, hey, thank you for joining me. Regardless, the next one, I don't know. I didn't plan that far ahead. We got a Johnny Young one coming up next. I don't know what it is, but before that, we have two other songs. We have Lost at Sea by Endless Moment, and then another artist after that. I think I know what artist it is, but I don't 100% remember, so I couldn't even tell you if I wanted to. Which I don't. You have to come check out Endless Moment if you want to get a sneak peek on that. Anyways, thank you for joining me here today, Johnny Young. I mean, thank you for the music that's not your verses. I don't know what to tell you, but I appreciate it. Thank you for the music. I'll see y'all next time.